Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Thursday, June 25th, 2020. All right, so today we have the moon well set in expressive Leo. So themes likely today around cultivating what we enjoy in life in the sense of what we love, what are we proud of, what do we find fun, and just fundamentally expressing ourselves could be a great way of working with these next couple days. So with this placement, we do have Venus now stationed direct here today. So there could be still a bit of a pause, I think, with some of the reflection that we've been doing the past couple months. We have been reflecting more on what we enjoy, what we value, what really speaks to us on a more resourceful and grounded level as well. But this energy is starting to move forward slowly but surely throughout the week. So if there is anything you want to maybe begin to implement in regards to cultivating more of your enjoyments, more of your values, maybe even some relationship stuff with Venus, could be a shift here today and maybe a good way of working with these upcoming few weeks while she goes direct. All right, so other than this, no major aspects, just some minor lunar ones. So let's go and take a look at all this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here is the sky for this Thursday. And again, we are using the visible sky called true sidereal astrology. This, unfortunately, is not what mainstream astrology uses, so the signs are different between this system and mainstream. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information, which will explain this true sidereal system that we're using and how it's different from mainstream astrology. All right, so let's take a look here at the moon's placement in proud and expressive Leo, the lion. Themes likely today around cultivating more of what we love in life, what are we passionate about, what do we find simply fun and entertaining, and what are we proud of, and connecting to the things and people that we're proud of. So great way of cultivating this energy. Anything we can do that does involve self-expression, the creative process, a bit of fun, entertainment, could be a great way of working with this phase of the cycle. Now the phase we're in is, of course, a solar eclipse cycle. We had that solar eclipse last Sunday. So if there has been any shifts of perspective that you've had around then, it's starting to become a very good time of starting to implement this stuff as we do slowly build some momentum here in this lunar month. So still early though, still lowest energy in the general sense of the monthly cycle, but slowly building momentum. And again, any intentions we may want to set to incorporate some of those new perspective shifts since around Sunday could be great. Now, I do say that with a grain of salt, though, because we do have Mercury retrograde. Venus is direct today, but Mercury is still retrograde. And so in this case, still very important to be flexible. Retrogrades are a time of going back and redoing things, going back and re-editing, reworking, and rethinking, because often things change during the retrograde and we just want to be as flexible and adaptive as possible, especially with Gemini, because this shift since the past few days has been slowly taking us more into the practical aspects of ourselves. It's still a great time in the larger context to be focused on Gemini stuff like learning, communication, our practical lives, and really just bringing in, again, more of that flexibility which Gemini represents. All right, but today we do have Venus going station direct, so that'll be in the early part of the day for most of us. And so the direct energy will be probably starting to be felt. And in this case, sometimes when the planet actually goes direct, it could be a shift of perspective as well. And with Venus, it could have to do with what we enjoy and value on a fundamental level. Because over the past couple months, there's been a lot of Taurus energy with Venus retrograde. And so this has been a reflection on what we enjoy, what we value, especially when it comes to the more resourceful energies of life. So it could be beauty, aesthetics, comforts, nature, right? These more natural things. And so anything that we've learned regarding those values, generally speaking, could be a great way of now starting to implement, right, with this shift of perspective. But still a good day to pause with the energy. Venus does have to build momentum. She does have to come out of her shadow. And this is a weekly process, right? So in this sense, just good to kind of pause today with maybe some new perspectives that are shifting with our enjoyments, values, possibly relationships, which Venus can represent, although not that strongly associated with it in Taurus, still nonetheless could be relational depending on your personal chart. So yeah, pause with it, see what's shifting, and maybe starting to implement with still some flexibility in regards to these enjoyments, values. All right, so no major aspects going exact here today. So I do want to do a quick recap. Actually, we pretty much did. But let's talk about Mars. So Mars is still in watery Pisces. As a reminder, there's still water in the sort of collective in regards to taking action and pursuing our needs and asserting ourselves. And so it's still very important to have a more receptive approach to this stuff, right? How can we put energy towards the current of life versus trying to fight the current or swim upstream? Makes it a very good way of working with Mars and Pisces. Mars and Pisces can actually be a super constructive, super, how do you say, like successful time in the sense that we can actually achieve a lot, or we can pursue a lot of our motivations and drives, but it'll likely be done from sometimes inaction or a more receptive approach, or putting motivation and drive towards some ideal or something important to us on a soul level, right? In that context, it makes it a great way of working with this Mars here in Pisces. All right, everyone, so that's the day in a nutshell. Most important thing, Venus shifting direction, and great to start to, with flexibility, and start to implement some of our enjoyments, some of our values, maybe some of the things we've learned there the past couple months. And with this new cycle that started on Sunday, great to slowly implement some shifts of perspective since Sunday, especially if lately there's been any focus on getting into more practical side, like learning or developing your communication, or just simply having more flexibility into your life. And the theme, though, today, Leo the Lion, themes around self-expression, creativity, some fun, and just all in all, a great way of working with this phase of the lunar month. All right, so everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button if you haven't yet. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily videos, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the next daily forecast. Take care.